Hey there guys, when it comes to my favorite companies that are making figures right now, when it comes to the retail ones, it has to be Jada Toys, but what about the ones that are not available at retail? For me, that has to be Snail Shell. So far, even though I haven't bought most of their products, all the ones I have bought I'm pretty happy with. In fact, the figure that I'm using as an avatar for my channel is actually made by the same company. Anyway, now let me show you Shellnail's zombie Grisa. Now what's really cool is that, as you can see, this figure is covered in a lot of bandages, but it's not just like a plain clean white. They actually took the time to dirty it up a little bit so it looks a bit more zombie-like. And if you're wondering why her hair looks like that, that's because it's actually bandages and hair put together. Alright, but before I get into the good, let me get into the bad. This figure has two major flaws, unfortunately. The first one being that there's no stomach articulation. There is chest articulation, but without that stomach one, you're basically not going to be able to get this figure to bend down in any way. The second being the fact that the hair doesn't have any options for you to play with. As you can see, the hair is just a static bulk. Without any changeable parts. Unfortunately, that's pretty much the only way you can pose it in. On top of that, for the face, it covers up one of the eyes, which is problematic because the eyes are actually adjustable, so the fact that you can only really articulate one of them is pretty lame. Just to be clear, you can articulate both eyes, but because one of them is covered, it's pretty much pointless. And now let me show you this. This is what every Shellnail product comes with. This is how you adjust the eyeballs on all their figures. Just so that you guys are aware, out of all the faces this figure has, this one I'm about to show you is the only one that has adjustable eyeballs. And as I mentioned earlier, because the hair covers up one of the eyes, I kinda wish that they had more faces to play around with. Something that really grabbed my attention right away was the bright blue on the chest. As you can see, it pretty much highlights what's being hidden underneath those bandages. Not gonna lie, but I really love that detail. And I should let you guys know, but there's actually going to be an alternate version coming up later this year, for those of you who aren't fond of this color scheme. And by the looks of it, it looks like this version is going to have more accessories than the original, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, the hair is still going to be the same. And I'm going to leave a link in the description for anyone who's interested, and be aware you can currently get the blue one at the moment. And what's really cool with this figure, as you can see, some of those bandages are removable. All you have to do is just remove the foot and the hand and you'll be able to get rid of those. Now you cannot get rid of all of them since they are sculpted onto the figure, but it's really nice that you can slim it down a little bit. Alright, and now let's show off the articulation. As you can see, it does have chest articulation, and despite the fact how massive it is, it still works just fine. And yes, the figure does have double jointed elbows and arm rotation, as well as double jointed knee and thigh rotation. And here's the figure doing the splits. Now it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Alright, and now I'm going to show off the accessories. As you can see, this is the face that the figure comes by default. And this one is more of a sleeping face. And lastly, here is a surprise face. Alright, and now let's show off the hands. These are the default hands that the figure comes with. And here are some extremely open hands. And of course a pair of closed fists. Now for this next accessory, you will need to remove the arm first. And basically all you gotta do is plug the arm into this little rock accessory, and basically it's to create that illusion that the figure is coming from the ground. And finally it comes with this little bone accessory. All you have to do is plug it into one of the missing arms, so that way if you want to display the figure with a missing limb, you can pretty much do that now. And now you guys, it's time for the cheek comparisons. Honestly guys, when it comes to this company, I have to say I think they make the best butts out of action figures. When it comes to Zombie Grisa, I believe she has the best butt so far out of all the figures I've reviewed. Moving forward, I think I'm going to keep this figure for the cheek comparisons, replacing Supergirl. It's nice and large, and not to mention I like the shape of it. Alright guys, and now it's time for the size comparisons. And here she is next to my Jedi Toy Street Fighter Cammy and Guile. And my Mafex Marvel Gwenpool and my DC Batman Hush. And lastly, my third-party figure arts Zeno Vegeta and Zeno Goku. Anyway, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and please like and subscribe. I'll be uploading more videos soon. I'll see you guys later.